homemade laundry detergent. I just started doing this recently, and this is going to be the third time that I've done this. The first time I made a half of a batch to test it on the clothes and make sure everything came out nice and I liked what it did, and I really did. Nothing faded. I've made a liquid laundry detergent before at home, and the clothes seem to really start getting faded over time. So I didn't really like that, so I stopped it and went back to regular laundry detergent, but I wanted to give it another try. And this recipe is from cleanmama.net. She has wonderful DIY and natural cleaning solutions for the home, so I definitely suggest checking her out. But the recipe calls for 1 bar of Castile soap, and I got the Kirk's just because it was less expensive. I got this at my local natural grocery store. And then it calls for 2 cups of borax. That's the borax. And then 2 cups of super washing soda. Both of these I was able to get at just a regular grocery store. I believe I bought both of these at Winco. And then 1 cup of baking soda, which I buy my baking soda, since I've been making this laundry detergent, I buy the baking soda in bulk at Winco because it's much cheaper and you can get as much as you need. And then 30 drops of essential oils, and her recipe, she likes lemon and clove, and I actually really like it too. It smells really good. The clothes don't really smell like lemon and clove when they come out. They really just smell clean. It's really amazing. So I just use these 2 brands. I don't get the very expensive brands because I'm not using them in my body. I'm not ingesting them or anything. So these work great for just around the house cleaning and stuff like that. So I also, though, have half a bar left of the Fells Naphtha soap, which I added to my last batch just because I have it on hand. I want to use it up, and I guess it's like a stain remover or something, so I just add that in as an extra thing. I have my grater that I got from IKEA. It's really nice because it has a rubber bottom, so it doesn't move a lot when you're trying to grate. And this is the fine grater, and then it collects it in there, so it's less messy. This is the most tedious and hardest part of making the soap, is grinding or grating the soap down. I've contemplated, do I want to continue doing this, because you have to grate the soap and it's a little annoying, but it really does make a lot of soap. You use a little bit every time. I have a top load washer, and so you use 2 tablespoons per load, and that's for a small load or a large load. I haven't really seen a difference either way. The clothes always come out clean. I've not had an issue with the clothes coming out clean. So, and then I store it in my vintage ball teal glass jar that was my husband's grandma's. So that's what I use, and I'm going to go ahead and get to making the soap. I'm going to open up the that's what that looks like, and just get to grinding. Okay, so 17 minutes later of grinding, you wind up with this very fine shavings of the soap. And like I said again, I have a very fine grater, so the finer you can use, the better for this, because it really helps the soap dissolve once it's in the water. But you probably could use a standard size grater. It would probably be okay. So now I have to grate this, and I don't have to add this, but I do just kind of want to use it up. Especially because I don't know if I'm going to be making this again, because it really takes a long time to make this, so I could be spending my time doing other things. But I do really like the way it cleans the clothes, so I will decide as time goes on. But now I'm going to get to grating this. And I do have to switch back and forth between my hands. This is a much harder soap, so it gets a lot more dust. But I have to switch back and forth between hands because it definitely gets tiring, but my left hand isn't nearly as fast. you have this kind of grinder or grater, I'm realizing if you go diagonal, kind of up and to the side a little bit, it grinds it way faster. I kind of forgot about that. I realized that last time. And this soap, this Fells Naphtha or whatever it is, I think it's soap. Is, like I said, it's a much harder soap, so it is grinding down way faster. But if you go a little bit at an angle, even faster. And please be very careful when you are grinding this soap, grating, sorry. Because this thing is very sharp, and like you can see, the soap breaks off on you, so don't get going too crazy because the soap can break off and you could slice your fingers or your nail or something. So just be very careful. I already had a mishap where I was pushing with both hands and the soap kind of went like that and I bent my nail backwards, so that's kind of hurting right now, but it's going to be okay. So I am done grating the Fells Naphtha, and again, this is what you wind up with, and I kind of had a chunk there at the end, but I'm just going to throw it in the whole thing. So I have my jar and I have my funnel that I also got from IKEA, and that's going to help. Let me take out the spoon. I have a tablespoon measurer, and I know 2 of these goes in the top load washer. So of course it would last longer if I had a front load washer, but I really do like my top load. I was cloth diapering for a while, and I had a front load washer and it was not getting the diapers clean, so it ended up actually breaking on me, which was good. Maybe that's why they weren't getting clean, but we went and bought a used or a refurbished top load washer that had a soak and extra rinses, and it was just perfectly ideal for cloth diapers. So even though I'm not cloth diapering anymore, I still actually really do prefer the top load washer, even though I'm sure it uses a lot more water than necessary. So what you do is you just take the soap, put it in your funnel very gently, wants to really make a mess. So again, this recipe is a lot of work, but I really do think it's worth it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put about half in there. Then I'm going to take 1 cup of the borax. I have a ½ cup scoop that I'm going to use, and I'm going to take the borax. I'm going to have to use my funnel again for this though. And this stuff likes to get really hard over time. Plus I'm not probably storing it properly, just leaving it in the box with the lid open like this. And I'm going to dump that in the funnel. So that's only ½ cup right now, and then you just break it up with your fingers. So the other nice thing about all this stuff is there's not a ton of chemicals in it, so I'm not worried about touching it or... And now the funnel's clogged, so I'm going to get a knife. Just stick it down in the funnel. There we go. Takes 2 cups of super soda. So what I'm doing is I'm just layering these on top of each other, and then I'm going to shake the whole jar to mix it together, but I figure if I layer it, then I'm already at least incorporating some of it together. Going to make it a little easier. Now this stuff got all hard too. And I believe from doing some research, all this is baked baking soda. I think is what it is. I think you put it in the oven and that's what makes super washing soda. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I read. But to me, it's just a lot easier to just buy it. And it's not very expensive at all. I think it was like $2 or $3 something for the box. And if I were to make another load of laundry detergent, this is my, I did a half a thing and then I did a full thing, so this is my third. So I've made 2.5 loads worth, and I think it lasts me like a month. So again, if you had a front loader, it'd last you longer. But I can probably get another batch or 2 of laundry detergent out of that if I decide to do this again. Okay, so that's 1 cup of that, and then I'm going to do half a cup of the baking soda. That goes through nice. It's very fine. Okay, and then I'm going to take 15 drops of clove. 15 of lemon. You can do whatever fragrances you like. This is just, I know clove and lemon is one of Clean Mama's favorite combinations, and I actually really do like it too. It really does smell clean. Okay, and then I'm just gonna finish off the other half, making a horrible mess. But I'm just gonna wipe it off the counter here when I'm done. So she stores her laundry detergent in a gallon glass canister, like the Anchor Hawking type of glass canister. I believe you can find those at Walmart, you can find them at Target, anywhere. But I didn't want to go invest any money in this until I knew if this was going to be a thing that I was going to do continuously for a long time. And I happen to have all these vintage jars on hand. So I figured, why not just use that? Okay, so we're going to do the last cup of the borax. Just as the sands of our times, these are the days of our lives. That's what this reminds me of. Okay, then 1 cup more of the super washing soda. I'm almost full here. So, before I get any further, I'm going to put the lid on and shake it around. So you definitely get your exercise making this soap. To get this kind of shaken up before I'm completely out of room in this jar. Okay. I actually settled it some, so that's good. Now I have more room. Okay, and then the other half cup of baking soda. 15 more drops of lemon. Good enough. Smells so good. Ugh. And clove. 15 more drops of that. Then put the lid on. And shake, shake, shake. It smells so good.
Mama! What are you making?
Laundry detergent.